The storage. Alright, for those who didn't know, the storage is a game where you can grind in and fight in. You can make teams with people, fight with your teams, and even like have wars with other teams and stuff. This game's been around for almost 2 years and has a really good community still somehow. But honestly, this game's gonna go downhill. Hopefully it doesn't, but the developers allowed locking into the game because apparently it's too hard to see if someone's doing it or not. Which I don't really think it takes a genius to see if someone is locking, you know? I mean, it's pretty easy to see if someone's locking. It doesn't really take a genius to see it. So, for some more background information on this, like 2 or 3 days ago, this guy named Crucify was accused of locking, and I sat in a call for like 3 hours with a bunch of other players accusing this guy of locking, and after viewing the video evidence that he sent himself, by the way, he was not slick with it at all. We managed to get him banned, but then a day later he got unbanned. But like, I'm going to show you a few images now of like essentially videos of him locking that people thought were the most obvious. So basically this guy Cynical sent me videos of him locking, so we're going to view them now. So the guy killing this guy recording the video is essentially the guy locking. Also, in the Discord call, when he was trying to defend his case, he said he plays on max sensitivity, and also the LMGs and the SMGs have zero recoil at all. This is the recoil on the SMG, just on default, and this is me trying to keep a steady hand shooting the SMG. The same thing with the LMG too. I'm going to show more videos of him essentially locking. I'm gonna replay a very, very important part. You can replay that clip as many times as you want to, but that is clear evidence of him locking. In under 1 second, his mouse moved 3 times around his target. You would have to be the #1 glazer to defend this clip. You are not Jayoma. This guy is not savable. It is so obvious he is locking. I don't know how it's hard to not tell that. So in the voice call, when Cynical was playing this clip and slowed it down like that, he said, "How did your mouse move 3 times like that?" And Crucify, the guy that was locked, that guy in that clip, said, "Oh, my mouse just moves alone." And I claimed his mouse had like controller stick drift. I'm gonna play another clip by like some guy named Samoan King. Like, this guy is not even trying to hide it at this point. He just has it in plain sight. Like, his pants are all the way down, it's dangling. But I honestly don't need to show any more proof of this because it's already enough, even alone in the first clip. But the next day, when he was unbanned, everybody was arguing in Discord. And then after, like, the old moderator came back, she was like, she shut down the entire server from chatting for a whole day and said, "This is what you get for arguing with mods." But for some reason, there's literally only one moderator out of the 13,422 people in the Discord server. So Jay is the head moderator, like the only mod, in the voice chat was complaining about constantly getting pinged and all that stuff. And by the way, Jay is in college, like preparing for life, and I don't think a moderator should be in college because in the stress in college can be taken out on people who don't deserve a ban. I'm not gonna lie, Jay is also extremely biased. I also don't think a moderator should be someone who plays the game often because they could pick sides essentially. They could be like, "Oh, well, I don't want to ban these guys because they're my friends," and not just say that in general, which Jay has done. Jay didn't ban somebody because they were just simply his friend. And obviously, everybody tells that Jay is biased and overglazes certain players, which I'm not going to say because But yeah, the moderator of this game is totally trash. No disrespect, but sort of disrespect. Please do it right. Please stop taking sides over somebody. Like, for example, Jay timed people out today for like an hour because they were arguing, even though her friend was in the argument too. And Jay also said stop encouraging the argument. I also don't think it was a good idea to have one person as a moderator for thousands of people. Just like one person to moderate thousands of people in the Discord server and hundreds of people in the game too. Like, it's outrageous. And someone who isn't smart enough to tell whether someone is locking or not, yeah, no. The moderators need to be chosen well, and in my opinion, which is actually kind of controversial, should be like someone who doesn't play the game often, because someone who plays often can develop teams, and the teams can be feelings, and then they can be like deceived into banning innocent people or not banning people because they're just in their team. I also think they should be at least good at the game, like pretty good, because they could be bad at the game and then accuse someone for locking. And someone who doesn't have a lot of stress in school or like work. Another good thing to be a mod was someone who isn't a dictator. Like, Jay would mute people for absolutely no reason. If they were just talking, Jay would mute them or time them out from the server if they were arguing.
Lamar Jackson, if you can hear us, please save us, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, this game's cooked now because locking is allowed, and Jay's too stupid to make it a rule that it's not allowed, even though there's clear evidence, but I guess that's just British people for you. It's also not like we can do anything about it. We're kind of stuck with him because the owner of the game and the server literally is never online, and we haven't had a good update in over, like, I don't know, 5 months, I guess? I have no idea. Like, people on Jay's faction can fly and say they're lagging, or speed hacking and say they stacked this stuff in a speed blessing, bro. It's gonna be crazy. The excuses are gonna be wild. Some guy also wants to start a revolution because he doesn't like Jay because of how bad the moderation is. And he's also the guy that got locked by Crucify. Yeah, this game's gonna go downhill because locking is now allowed and there's no ban for it. Also, some guy pointed out a crazy fact saying that, like, this is evidence that Jay's favoring people over others, Also, I wanted Jay to unban this guy, X Jinx, but Jay said nah, and I got like some weak excuse. And Jay said he had an NSFW, I don't know what that is, on his profile picture. And I asked X if he had that. He's like, nah, I just had the Discord logo as my profile picture. And then I guess Jay hates me. Or just, Jay is horrible. Poopy at his job. Poop at his job, bro. Get fired. Please fire Jay. Please.